What if the world you woke up in today isn't the one you fell asleep in last night? What if your memories fit almost perfectly but not quite, like a key that scrapes the lock? And what if the tiny errors, song lyrics, logos, street corners, aren't mistakes, but fingerprints left by a shift between realities? Today, we explore the alternate reality conspiracy, the idea that we slipped sideways and nobody told us. Are you sleeping? Or did the dream wake you? The conspiracy goes like this. Reality is not a single highway, but many lanes, running side by side. Most days you stay in your lane. Memories, places, faces all match. But sometimes, something bumps you left or right. A cosmic nudge, a technological experiment, a tear in the code. You don't teleport to a fantasy world. You shift to a near twin, where one detail stands out like a wrong note in a favorite song. If you felt it, you wouldn't be able to prove it, but you'd know. Think of the greatest hits of Something Feels Off. The Mandela Effect, where masses remember things that never happened. People swear a children's book had an extra letter, or a movie line was different, or a famous figure died earlier. People do not agree. People rarely do. The safe answer is bad memory. The risky answer is branch hopping. Memory science explains a lot. But does it explain why the same exact wrong memory appears across millions? Or are we just calling a merged timeline a typo because we can't stand what it implies? Across cultures, there are old whispers that rhyme with this idea. Plato's cave hints that our world is a shadow of a truer pattern. Hindu thought speaks of Maya, a veil that we mistake for all that is. A Chinese sage dreamed of a butterfly, then wondered which side of the dream was real. These aren't proofs, but they are clues that humans have long suspected a bigger stage behind the curtains. Now, the skeptic case, your brain is a prediction machine. It stitches patterns from noise, patches gaps, and reconsolidates memories every time you recall them. That means memory is more like a Wikipedia page than a stone tablet. Editable, collaborative, and sometimes wrong. Confabulation, suggestion, and repetition can forge a crowd memory that feels bulletproof. But then the conspiracy voice asks, what if those traits are not bugs? What if they are features designed to smooth over small shifts? The tech angle. If reality is code, somebody runs it, edits it, or debugs it. The simulation hypothesis says we might live inside a highly advanced program, where patches, rollbacks, and A/B tests look like anomalies to us. Whenever a particle collider pushes boundaries, or a global update seems to sync, people report glitches, clocks freezing, strange sky sounds, mass déjà vu. Is that apophenia, seeing patterns in noise, or did a new build ship at midnight while we slept? If this is true, the difference between dream and wake is not sleep. It's access. Who gets route? Who gets read-only? Picture a commuter who takes the same train every day. One morning the platform tile is a shade greener, the map shows one extra stop, and the coffee shop on the corner is now a bakery. The commuter shrugs. Maybe the mind is foggy. The bread smells great. Life goes on. Then a friend mentions remembering a mural that nobody else recalls. Bright cranes flying over the river, and swears it vanished last Tuesday. By Friday, the commuter finds an old photo. The wall in the background is blank, but the caption reads cranes. Who wrote it? Why write it? If you suspect a slip, what can you do? Start a reality log. Every morning, write 3 constants you expect: street names, store facades, family facts, and 3 anomalies you notice no matter how small. Carry an anchor object. A token you know well, with tiny markings only you remember. Photograph it daily to test for drift. Capture sounds too, ambient hums, bird patterns, train intervals. Rhythm is a fingerprint many ignore. And when a glitch appears, duplicated clouds, repeating numbers, a light that switches at the wrong word. Mark the time, place, and feeling in detail. Patterns, if real, feed on consistency. How would a shift even happen? Motives matter. Maybe it's containment, a way to quarantine a timeline after a dangerous discovery. Maybe it's harvest. Attention, data, or emotion mined from slightly different worlds to train a bigger mind. Maybe it's mercy. A rewind after a catastrophe, nudging everyone one lane over to spare memory of the worst day. Or maybe it's not a they at all, but a natural drift, like ice floes separating, cracking with soft booms we call déjà vu. Here's a simple field test for a week. Pick one corner of your life to audit. Choose a route, a skyline, a personal ritual, and document it with low-effort repetition. Same angle, same time, same words. Ask 3 trusted people for their independent descriptions of a specific shared object, written without hints. Compare notes later. If all variations are mundane, you learned how memory drifts. If they're uncanny, you caught something rarer. Either way, you trade vague unease for measured awareness, and the conspiracy loses power when you're paying attention with a steady hand. But let's be honest, we want certainty, and this topic refuses to give it. If someone proved you're in a nearby reality, what would you do differently? Would you apologize to someone you hurt on the last lane? Would you start the project you've delayed, knowing this version of you might be the only one who does it? Maybe the smallest rebellion against a sleeping world is to act awake, to notice, to choose, to leave places better than you find them. Tonight, when you turn off the light, ask, what would I want my next waking self to remember? Write it down. Put it in your pocket. Build a bridge from this lane to the next. If the world shifts, your anchors will help your mind cross with you. And if it doesn't, you've still trained the muscle of awareness, the one habit every timeline rewards. If you felt something stirring while we talked, you're not alone. Subscribe, tap like, and share this with a friend who collects strange little coincidences. See you next time, and sleep, if you must, with one eye open.